Hey guys, my name is Evan and welcome to Country View Acres. So today we're finally going to cut our hay for the first time this year, and we're also going to use the Hesston hay bind or mower conditioner to cut for the first time. This is going to be a big improvement over a sickle bar mower that I've used for the last couple years. Now this field is very mature right now. All this orchard grass is going to seed, and it is definitely time to bale hay. Now we do have today and 2 more days of good weather on the forecast, so hopefully we can get everything cut today, and over the next couple days it'll dry and we'll be able to get this baled on the 3rd day. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Hopefully we don't have any breakdowns. We're also going to use a round baler for the first time as well, so hopefully everything on it works too. So we're using 2 new pieces of equipment, new to us pieces of equipment, and we're just gonna see how it goes. Hopefully everything goes okay. So I did come out here with the 0-turn mower, and I mowed a path around the outside of both of our hay fields, checking for sticks, making sure to get those picked up and thrown into the woods, and checking how wet the grass was at the same time. And everything was pretty dry this morning, really, so I think we're good. This path is gonna allow me to, at least my first time driving the mower, this hay mower, so I'm not really sure of the distance, and I don't want to try to get too close and then get it into a tree. So this is definitely going to give me a nice path to follow around the edge. Plus there's a lot of weeds and blackberries that start to grow in, and I don't want that in my hay anyway, so it's not a bad idea. I don't think it's bad, at least I don't think it's bad, to just mow around the edge and not bale up any of the weeds and stuff that start to encroach in on the hay field. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the tractor. First time around, we're gonna drive on top of the grass, and we're going to mow around the outside of the hay field this direction, and then we're gonna turn around and mow with the mower to the inside. So basically we're only gonna drive on top of the uncut grass one time, and then after that the tractor will be on the outside, and it isn't gonna be driving over the grass that we want to cut. So hopefully everything works out fine. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, we got the first hayfield cut. This is the one I was really worried about. This one has the most amount of hay on it, the thickest. And we got it cut, that's good. So our other hayfield is brand new. We planted it last fall, so it's a little bit thinner because it hasn't quite matured yet. So we're gonna go ahead and try to cut it next. And then I'll probably go up one more gear. I'll probably try to go a little bit faster since it's thinner on that side, and see if we can get that side cut as well. But so far, the hay mower has worked flawlessly. I haven't had a single problem, and that's odd. With the sickle bar mower, I had so many problems. You'd have to stop and unclog it on every side, it seemed like. It was kind of weird actually being able to cut hay and not have any problems. So that was the difference in night and day between the sickle bar mower. So looks good. So let's move on to the next hay field. I tried to get some drone footage, but the program software's messed up. I can't fly the drone, so no drone footage today on this. But head over to the next field, see if we can get it cut real quick, and then at least we try to get it cut early enough today that it has plenty of time to dry, because it's going to be a nice sunny day. It's going to be high about 85 today. But let's move to the next field. So far this hayfield's cutting pretty quick, so I am going one speed faster in the tractor. This is a little bit thinner, but it's long and narrow. So the field is just long and narrow, so there's less turns. So it just seems like everything's going faster with these long straight runs. So here's what the hay's looking like. You can see we've got a lot of grass, a lot of clover. If I can get my shadow out of the picture. But this is red clover and meadow fescue. That's all I'm seeing right now. So when you look at this is the meadow fescue right here, and that is an alternative to tall fescue. It's endophyte free, doesn't make as much hay though. It doesn't yield as much. And then all this right here with the little, looks like purple blooms, that's the red clover. So as I hop in here, compare this. See, that is to the bottom of my pocket. That's the red clover. And then the fescue is about halfway up my t-shirt. So definitely nice and tall. It's all going to seed. So, but it's not too bad. I can tell there's not as much hay here as the other field. This is its first time being cut, so it's not established yet. But there's supposed to be orchard grass and timothy in here as well, and I can't see any of that. All I see is the meadow fescue and then the red clover. So once this gets cut, everything will be reset back to the same height, and then maybe next cutting, hopefully we can see some of that timothy or orchard grass show up. But that's why you plant like a multiple variety. You know, some may take and take off good, and other ones may not. So we'll just watch it through the year and see if we see any of those other grasses show up. But so far, this is looking pretty good for the first time being cut. All right, we got our new hay field cut for the very first time. We just planted it last fall, and this doesn't look too bad. We're gonna get a few bales off of this. It was a little thin in the middle. There was probably 30 feet right down the middle of the field that was fairly thin. It was a lot paler green, not very tall. But the rest of the field actually doesn't look too bad. It's definitely gonna be a lot less hay than the other field. The other field was pretty thick. but this is its first cut. It hasn't quite matured, and everything worked flawlessly with the mower. That was the first time we've cut hay with that mower. Found it in a barn. It had been sitting in a barn 15, 20 years. It hadn't even ran until we pulled it out last year. I ended up buying that off of a guy I work with, and yeah, I'm surprised. We mowed this whole, both pastures, both hay fields, with no problems whatsoever. That's the first time I've ever cut hay without having some type of a problem. A sickle bar is just a very frustrating thing. It does the job, but it's frustrating the whole time. So this was just night and day difference. Totally night and day difference. I would not tell somebody to go buy you a sickle bar mower. I'd tell you, you know, double or triple your money and buy one of these instead. And yeah, this is definitely, hopefully nothing breaks on it anytime soon. Hopefully it stays working, because I definitely like mowing with that a lot better. But anyway, we need to go ahead. We're gonna let this dry. We'll let it dry today. We'll let it dry tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna tet it or not. I prefer not to burn the gas, the fuel, if I don't have to. And then we are going to bale it the next day. So we're gonna let this rest for about 2 days to dry, and then we'll rake it up and bale it. But I got quite a few things that I need to do to get ready still. So the tractor back here, I got to run power from the battery to the back for the baler, and then we're going to widen out the rear wheels and get those, try to get them as wide as the pickup on the hay baler. We'd like to have a 4 foot in between the wheels, so we're not running over the hay when we're picking it up, putting it in the round baler. But that'll be probably something that I mess with the rest of the day. But that's it for today's video. I am so happy that this worked so much better, and it was so much quicker than the sickle bar. This was just night and day difference. And the new hayfield, I think I'm pretty happy, considering it's only like 6 months old or 8 months old. So I think that everything's looking good. So maybe we'll have a pretty good hay season this year. We can always hope. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.